Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. So we have here something that's been predicted for months, if not years. Among the rumors from Lucasfilm about, not from Lucasfilm, but different leakers and scoopers and stuff about what's going to happen with Indiana Jones 5. Okay, so we see here now it's still projected to fail. Okay, so apparently we see that Lucasfilm's upcoming film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, is slated to fail. Okay, so the film is facing a disappointing start at the box office, or slated to face a disappointing start at the box office yet. Projections for the film continue to decline, with one analyst suggesting it could potentially lose over $250 million. Now, initially in early June, the Box Office Pro, a tracking website, actually predicted the film's domestic opening weekend to be between $81 million and $111 million. And they also estimated the film's total domestic theatrical run to gross between $225 million and $380 million. Okay, now usually it could be a toss-up, but what I'm expecting to happen is more of the domestic to be higher than the global box office. That's just my opinion, okay? Or I could be wrong, vice versa. Either way, this movie is predicted to not make a lot of money back, because remember, you have the production budget and they also have the marketing budget, which they've done a lot of, and then they also have a partnership with Applebee's where they're practically giving away the movie tickets, okay? So the Box Office Pro attributed their optimistic estimate to positive social media buzz on Twitter, which could be fake, which is the film's nostalgic appeal, family showing interest, and respectable early pre-sales. However, they acknowledge that the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny face strong competition from Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Oppenheimer. Woo. As a result, just a week later, Box Office Pro revised their predictions downward. So in other words, now they're expecting it to fail even further based on social media impressions. By June 8th, they lowered their opening weekend estimates by 17%, anticipating figures between $76 million and $105 million. The total domestic run projection dropped to $211 million to $359 million. Okay, now the downward trends continue with further declines in the following week. By June 22nd, the opening weekend estimates were reduced even further to a range of $68 million to $95 million, while a total domestic run remained at $211 million to $325 million. No surprise there. Now, according to the Hollywood Reporter, they had even a bleaker tracking numbers at the beginning of June, forecasting the opening weekend of only $60 million to $70 million. Ouch. So the trades are even expecting to predict it even further. Now, I'm not saying that, they're admitting where they're saying that the people out there, actually don't want to see it. I'm not saying that, but they're just going by the numbers. I'm saying that it's the numbers, as well as a lot of people on YouTube and other places on social media are not looking forward to actually seeing this movie. Okay. We also have where Deadline recently shared their own tracking numbers, which align more closely with the Hollywood Reporter's estimates, but with an even lower high-end projection. According to Deadline, Indiana Jones 5 is expected to have an opening weekend between $60 million and $65 million. Ouch. And a potential global opening of $140 million. The outlet also reported that the film's pre-sales were under $6 million, as the previous Friday, which was lower than John Wick Chapter 4 and Fast 10. To provide context, the analyst referred to the opening weekend box office of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull, which earned $145.7 million in 2008, and given the projected $140 million opening for the new film, he speculated that historically, movies typically generate about a third of their total global box office during the opening weekend. Applying this pattern, he estimated that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny might make around $400 million to $450 million worldwide. If the actual numbers fall below this range, the overall total estimate will decrease as well, and vice versa if the numbers exceeded expectations. Now, after some calculations, it was determined that if the film does reach $400 million in worldwide box office grosses, it would occur a loss of $200 million to $260 million. The analysts further mentioned that if the film reaches $500 million at the box office, the potential loss could range from $142 million to $201 million. Thus, this movie is expected to be a significant flop. And if these projections hold true, the overall losses for Disney's films in 2023 would surpass $900 million. That's close to $1 billion right there, with the best case scenario being an $888 million loss. Now, this particular analyst out there, made crunch all these numbers together, and in my opinion, did a great job with it. Now, who is it? OMB Reviews from YouTube, okay? And a lot of people, including Bonnie into comments, also shared this information out there as well. Now, I'm not expecting this to do well. I have no interest in the film because of the fact that, for one, the director, James Mangold, he decided to go ahead and then lie, basically, downplay what all the scoopers and leakers say that they're saying they're all lies, don't believe them. And then many, critics who saw the film themselves actually say that these leaks are true. Okay? So James Mangold is actually making it bad for himself by going along with the grain with the film industry or the film companies saying to go ahead and just, tell them it's a lie, it's not true, da-da-da-da. Especially if he has a future project with James Gunn under the DCU. All right. So, yeah. It's going to fail. I'm calling it right now. It's going to flop. The trades are calling it a flop. I just share with you the different figures of it flopping. Okay, so let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Are you going to see the movie, the Indiana Jones and the Doubted Destiny movie? Do you think that this will also have a significant impact on Kathleen Kennedy? Okay, how do you think this is going to? How bad do you think this is going to affect the company? How bad do you think it's going to affect Disney as a whole? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Let me know what went wrong in the video. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts in this video that I have not touched upon in this topic. Also, if you enjoy what I shared in the video, go ahead, smash the like button and share far and wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed all the content I put out there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.